Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to monitor and maintain your credit score. So we're going to go into the things you can do to actively manage that credit score. In previous videos, we've covered what your FICO score actually is and how it's used, what goes into a FICO score, and how to improve your FICO score. But now that you're aware of those things, this video is to help you stay on top of your credit score so that you can maintain any progress you make and keep yourself eligible for all the benefits of having a really strong FICO score. So this video is primarily for those who want to develop good FICO hygiene to maintain a strong score, or those who want to find ways to monitor their score over time, which is a great way to always know where you stand with credit before you need it, and to ensure you qualify for the benefits that come with having a strong score. And lastly, this video is also for people who want to incorporate FICO into your periodic reviews of your overall financial picture, because it can play an important role in your overall financial health. Let's get started. Okay, so first there are some general steps you should take to keep an eye on your credit and to manage your score. So the first is frequency. Review your credit report and credit score at least every 4 months. In each of these reviews, you're looking for major changes in credit score, new reports or activities relating to your credit, like account openings, closings, etc., and any changes to your credit history or issuance, and an overall credit rating and report. So there are tools to help you do this. You can most easily do this for free on sites like annualcreditreport.com, where you can order a different credit report from each of the 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, every 4 months. There are also a number of free or paid apps and tools, via some credit cards even, that will monitor your credit year-round and make suggestions on ways for you to improve. Just remember, it is important to keep an eye on your credit score because 20 to 30% of credit reports have errors, which means it is to your benefit to ensure that these don't impact your credit for when you may need it in the future. If you do find errors on your credit report that are impacting your FICO score, contact the credit reporting agencies directly. Remember, there are 3 of them: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Remember, contact the agencies directly first. While there are numerous companies out there who offer credit repair for a fee, you can oftentimes get guidance from the credit agencies themselves on how to address these errors and may even be able to dispute or resolve errors directly, so go to them first. Now, if you have legitimate items impacting your score negatively, you'll want to understand how big of an impact they have and how long they will stay on your report, and then develop a plan to address the issues over time. Here is a chart from VantageScore that gives approximate ranges of impact to credit score and the average recovery time associated with each of these actions, which is when these actions will no longer have an impact on your score should you take action to address them. The amount of time a negative item generally takes to stop impacting your score depends on 3 things. The first, how many negative items are currently on your report. The second, which type of action or item we're referencing, because they have different times for each one. And third, how long it takes you to enact change and to get that item removed. Of course, as you move further away from negative items, they have a smaller impact on your overall score. Let's walk through some of the actions and the associated recovery times. So you can see on the chart below that there are areas that have minor impact, for example, applying for credit or closing an account, that have shorter recovery times, like 3 months as outlined here. Quick disclaimer that we're showing on this chart the recovery time for the credit score impact of that particular action. Let me walk through an example. So let's say you close a credit account with $5,000 of available credit, which, you know, if you've seen our tips on how to improve your score, is generally a no-no. That has 2 places where it impacts your score. There's a closed account hit, and there's a hit to your total available credit. Your score will rebound in approximately 3 months from the closed account hit, but it will not rebound from the hit to your total available credit until you make up for that missing $5,000. Okay, now to move on to some of the other categories. As you see, late or delinquent payments have very little impact after 1.5 to 2 years, whereas bankruptcy or foreclosure are larger events that have a more sustained impact, typically anywhere from 6 to 10 years. Bear in mind, these timeframes are far from guaranteed. It all depends on what else is on your credit report and how much positive information you add moving forward. A single misstep in an otherwise long and positive credit history will be far easier to bounce back from than numerous mistakes made at the beginning of your credit life cycle. So to recap, establishing strong credit hygiene is an important part of maintaining and monitoring progress against your credit. You should ideally be checking one report from one of the 3 major agencies at least every 4 months, using a free tool like annualcreditreport.com. Remember, keeping an eye on your score matters because 20 to 30% of credit reports have errors, and those can have a negative impact on your score. If you find errors, contact each credit reporting agency directly. Lastly, you'll want to develop a plan to address legitimate negative items on your score based on recovery time and impact the score that we showed earlier. These may take different amounts of time to leave your report, but if you develop a plan, you can be well on your way to establishing better credit. Feel free to either go back and watch our other videos on FICO and credit scores, or to get started on any of our other videos on debt management or all things money. See you soon.